Hey guys, what's going on? Courage here, bringing you another video here today. Today I wanted to break down how to perform well in Ranked. The new playlist just came out about a few weeks ago, and a lot of people have been asking me, Courage, how did you get into Master's Division so quickly, outside of just grinding it out? But also, how have you been performing so well? My win-loss rating has skyrocketed since searching in Ranked, so I wanted to share some of my tips with you here today. A big thing to know is that there's more than just goes into searching for Ranked. There's stuff you need to do prior to searching. The first thing I always do when I get online is play a few FFAs and get warmed up. Don't just sign on, grab a couple friends, and search, because you're going to be facing people who have good gun skill. It's not going to be like people in pubs who don't know where the spawns are going to be or how to expect the hill rotations to go in hardpoint. You need to be on your A game when you search into Ranked if you want to win. Always make sure to have a class for every situation. You don't want to go into Ranked and then have 5 overclock classes, and now you're playing Search and Destroy and you can't sneak with Exomute no matter what the situation is. You want to make sure you have a class you can always rely on for each game mode. Personally, I have a BAL class with Primary Gunfighter that can be used in any situation in S&D that also has mute on it, so I can clutch up in those situations where I have to flank and make a big play. Or I have overclock classes that I can use for rush and in respawns. Now this is the big one. Try to search with friends. Now you may be thinking, Jack, I play at weird times, or since I'm just switching to the Xbox One, I don't have a good friends list yet. Well, that really comes with an effort from you. Friends aren't just going to fall into your lap. What you need to do is play games, communicate well with your team, and if you perform well and you find another person that performs well, go ahead and send them a friend request. Add them, message them, send them a party invite. Try to just play with them. And then before you know it, they'll realize that you're a good player as well, and you guys will be able to search Ranked together as a duo, and then find a third and a fourth, and now you're expanding your friends list. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will definitely help you in the long run. And if you're not performing to the best of your abilities, then just be friendly with people. Honestly, a big thing is just not being weird, showing that you know the call-outs, and really just working hard, and people will really appreciate that effort, because not only are you trying to win and do well for yourself, but you're also trying to win and do well for the rest of your team. Now that you've kind of done those steps prior to searching, here's what you need to know when inside of the game. The number one thing is communication. The best of the best teams have the best communication. As we've seen with Turtle Beach team chats and Astro listen-ins at previous events, you can hear the intensity and the call-outs coming from those professional teams. Now, obviously, you may just be searching Ranked, and it doesn't need to be that intense, but if you want to win and try to push for Grandmasters, you better believe you need to use great communication. If you search with a party of 2 or 3 and have a random still on your team, be sure to talk in game chat so they can get the call-outs with you as well. It's key that if they can hear him, and even if they can't respond, it can make a big difference where if a guy's trying to flank and grab Anchor and they don't know he's there, now they pick up on that and they're able to get that kill, which can really make a 30 to 40 second difference in a hardpoint game mode or that clutch last cap in CTF. If you're searching alone and playing with randoms and one of them has a poor play, don't get frustrated with them. The number one thing is to make sure you don't go on tilt, as many people call it. Once you go on tilt and begin talking about things outside of the game or things that have happened in the past when you're frustrated, nothing is helping your team. In no way are you making things better other than trying to really cope with the issues yourself. Don't go on tilt, especially when you're playing with people who aren't your normal friends. Then the big thing when going into game is knowing the game modes, especially hardpoint, capture the flag, uplink, and S&D. Know exactly how they break down. In these games, you need to perform like you can do every role, whether it's you diving in the hill for the objective, slaying and holding down the anchor roll and spawns, being the first one to rotate and break those early hills. You need to be able to do all those things. In hardpoint, know how to hold down the spawns for the next hill coming up or the hill that you're on right now. Example, on Detroit, with that back green building hill, know that if you hold the back trailer, your teammates will spawn right there outside of school, and you can easily continue flooding the hill while the opposing team gets caught in that back green alley in a tight choke point. It's also key to know the rotations. If you go into a game and you're relying on yourself to win, and you're searching with just randoms and you don't have anyone else you can communicate with, you need to be able to know exactly where you need to be at all times, and that comes down to knowing the rotations. It shouldn't be a second-guessing match between yourself of, where do I go next, or is it going to be school, or is it going to be in garage? You should know that prior to going into the game. Finally, know what weapon is best for each situation. If your team is all running ASM-1s and you notice an opposing player is just dominating with a BAL and holding down all the anchor spots, well then it might be time for you to switch to that BAL and contest him if you think you could take him out. In uplink, know the good throw spots. On comeback, you can easily grab that drone, jump to top AC, and toss it right over the top blue building and score in less than 4 seconds. We saw TJ Halley do it at UMG Orlando. Be sure to look up and watch pro players' gameplays to really know exactly some of the best spots you can find. Another big one is on Detroit, where if you grab the drone and jump top Atlas, you can slide, jump, and throw it in from right on top of that building into the opposing team's score at that back glass building. Another thing is to utilize tacticals to buy time. If you notice that your teammates are having trouble slaying and they keep dying, and you're trying to stop them from scoring an uplink, toss out those stuns, toss out those EMPs. Be sure to just wait until they get back up so you can have all the gunfighters you need on the field to take out their opposing players and stop the aggression. Finally, don't be afraid to shoot for 1 point. I've seen it way too many times in ranked where they're not confident in their shot abilities, or they're not sure if they're going to be able to get the dunk in, so they just kind of run it and then try to dunk it and fail. Don't be afraid to shoot for 1, play off the reset, score it for your team, because no matter what, you're either increasing your lead, tying up the game, or starting to build that comeback, and that type of momentum is really key in these games. In Capture the Flag, you need to know where to cut off for your flag runner. I've seen it one too many times on retreat where they don't expect the opposing team to already be in their base because they spawn bottom dirt and just flanked up through cuts and are now at statue ready to cut off the flag runner. Another key thing in CTF is knowing when to overextend or rotate back. If your whole team gets killed in middle map or in the opposing team's base, you should have more than enough time to be able to wrap back to your base, play defense, clear it out, and then push together as a team. But if you all get killed on your side of the map or in your base, and you spawn, let's say on retreat, once again, bottom dirt, or in Biolab, in the middle Biolab building, it's definitely best to overextend, get those clutch kills, or even pull the flag yourself, and then kind of go in a flag standoff and make the best team win. Finally, always try to count who's alive in your head. If you're playing by yourself, try to always keep track and give yourself the best chance of knowing, should I expect one player hiding in my base? Do we have all 4 dead? Should we pull that flag? Or if you're working with a team and searching together, utilize that communication. Say, there's got to be one on our base, got to be one on our base. So that one of your teammates can wrap back, clean them up, and then you'll have full mind peace knowing that they're all dead. Finally, search and destroy. This is that game mode where no matter who you're searching with, by yourself or with your entire team of friends, it can really go either way because a lot of it comes down to who sees who first, who knows what to expect at what time on the map. So this is some key tips to know. Learn the nade spots. I can't stress that enough because if you're rushing and here comes nades flying over buildings and you don't even expect them and get taken out for first blood, that is not the way to start off a round, and that really hurts your team. If you're searching alone, play for your life. Don't risk a play without communications. Typically, when you search with a team, you can say, okay, there's a guy in Atlas pushing from both sides. If he takes me out, you can trade the kill, or vice versa. But now, if you're playing by yourself and you don't have good communications with your random on your team, and you say, all right, I'm going to pinch him, my teammate will as well, and then he doesn't do it, now you're dead, and now that guy can easily pick up a double kill on you and your teammate. Finally, move with your team. Don't try to be a hero. It's always best to work with numbers, because if one of your teammates get kills, you can easily trade, and that really will make the difference in a lot of clutch situations. Guys, that should do it for how to do well in ranked play. I am so happy that Sledgehammer really has made the ranks great so far in this game, and it's only Season 1. There is definitely stuff that needs to be worked on, but you already know Michael Condrey and everybody at Sledgehammer is going to make it the best that they can because they love supporting competitive. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Those were just a lot of tips. Some of them might be common sense to you, but for a lot of players who are new to the game and didn't really get to experience ranked play in Ghosts, they definitely will cherish some of these new ideas to take into ranked. If you liked the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it to your friends. Also, let me know, is there anything else that should be added? I can be sure to put on some annotations on this video. Finally, I'm always playing with people on ranked. Be sure to add AYY_Courage on Xbox One to play with me when I need people. I always go through my followers on there and pick people up. I want to do well, and I want you guys to do well too. And if you're wondering what rank I am right now, I am about 900 points in Masters. I haven't been able to play as much as I would like to in the past couple weeks since it was released, but I've been enjoying the hell out of it. So guys, that's going to do it for me here today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, I'm new to YouTube, so I don't really have an outro. So